Welcome to Renaissance of Wrestling. And if you've not watched this before, I go over everything wrestling and I analyze it and I see ways that it could be better. And I look at ways that I see it's doing great right now. Today, I have just one question. I don't want anyone to answer here for me. It's very simple. I just want to know, where are the characters? Where are the gimmicks in WWE? And I say WWE because I think AEW is doing a decent job. I could list a few characters that are on the AEW, and I've not even watched the AEW show yet. I'm actually going to start watching some more AEW and commenting more on it after WrestleMania. But as of right now, I'm not seeing any characters. What was the last time I see? Look. Here's the thing. Like I said, AEW. I seen they got Luchasaurus. They got Tony Storm. MJF is a character. Wardlow. That's just off the top of my head. Orange Cassidy. These are some characters off the top of my head. What's it called? The Young Bucks. Their characters. I think it's the EVPs that they are. Whatever it is. The EVP 45s. Whatever they want to call themselves. Whatever. They got their character gimmick going on. That's looking good. But where is the gimmicks in WWE? I could say Judgment Day. Okay, they got something going on, but honestly, it's not coming full circle. I've mentioned that already before. You got the Usos. They got something going. The Bloodline. That's somewhat of a character. Okay, that's fair. Drew McIntyre is the Scottish Warrior. Okay, but for the most part, where are the characters? Where's the gimmicks? I feel like WWE's got this thing right now where the only reason I should be hype over someone is because they're a good wrestler. And I always say I never like. It's annoying to me when I hear people online talking about, well, this person's a good wrestler. What does that even mean? Look, are you a good wrestler if people are not excited for you? But because you can do a very good arm drag and a suplex, you're a really good wrestler. You're what wrestling means. No. Again, this is like looking at someone. This is literally like going to Coachella and expecting Coachella to sell out because you have really good rappers and with really good production and really great singers who really know how to hold a specific note. No, people aren't trying to watch wrestling to dissect it, even though this is what I do and I analyze it. Yes, I am. But you know what? The majority of people are not like me. They want to just watch something to entertain them. So where's the entertainment? And don't get me wrong, the wrestling is great. It's good to see the wrestling and be able to buy into that part. But where's the other entertainment factors? Where's the love? Where's the passion? Where's the fear? Where's the comedy? It's usually lacking in at least 70% of segments. This is not a specific percentage number, but I feel confident being able to say 70% is lacking that character. Like, really and truly. Let me go through the last week's Raw here for a second. Just go through all the matches and the people that were on that right now. The Usos, they have a story. I would consider, like, I consider okay. They got this. It's like I think I said it before. It's like this Miami like machismo culture that they got thing going on. I kind of like it. Well, what else do they have here going on right now? Gunther kind of has this ring general thing going on, but what does that mean exactly? Could someone explain what it means and how it is transferred into his matches and in his promos? I kind of get it, but I'm like, it's not. I don't fully get it, to be honest. Like, is he supposed to be like this person who's just like so good in the ring? He's like a threat to you, and he's just a scary person, and that's like his win streak tells that story. The way he's booked, it tells that story. I don't know a promo I can mention where it's like he felt like he's a scary threat to you because he's such a great person in the ring. I've not felt that. The Creed brothers are, all I can tell is that they do D1 wrestling. I don't know what else their character is. Like, at least with Kurt Angle, he was a D1 wrestler. That was his in ring style. But his whole thing was he was an Olympic gold medalist. He does everything right. He wants to be Mr. America. Like if I could literally compare Kurt Angle to like Cyclops. If someone who never knew wrestling was like, okay, can you explain this Kurt Angle guy to me? I'd be like, okay, you see how in X-Men, Cyclops wants to be the leader so bad. He wants to be the clean cut guy so bad, but no one really respects him. That's kind of like Kurt Angle. I could go straight up and say like that. Like Kurt Angle was a character through and through in the ring, out the ring, promos, it didn't matter. He was that character. He was intelligence, integrity, and independence. He stood for all these things, and no matter how corny and fake it came off, it was believable because you're just like, okay, he comes full circle. Chad Gate, like the Creed brothers, it, they do nothing but just be like, we're Division One wrestlers, okay. Chad Gable, American, like he has this American Alpha. It feels like Kurt Angle bought off Wish.com, and it just feels like we're doubling down on the corny, which is whack in my opinion. DIY, they're just best friends. And do we really get anything outside of their history that says that they're best friends? Like Champa used to be like striving and like hunting for Goldie. Hopefully we can get that back when they win the tag titles, but it doesn't feel like he has any character. What are they other than supposed to be like, oh, they look like Triple H and Shawn Michaels? What is their character? There is none for them. Who else is there here? Ricochet. He's kind of the modern day superhero, but outside of his wrestling style and his entrance, I don't feel it. Once again, I think I mentioned it. Judgment Day kind of comes for us like it doesn't really. Katana Chance, sorry, and Kaden Carter. The Party Girl thing, I see it in their entrance. I've not seen them in promos yet, but I think that they could pull it off showing that in promos. I'll give it to them. They do that. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae is now kind of doing this do whatever it takes to win cheating thing, and it's okay. It's cool. We'll see how long it goes. Let's see what they do with building that character. Okay. Cody Rhodes is pretty good. He's an American Nightmare who's kind of more like an American politician. I think the American Nightmare side of it can really shine more in a heel persona. But I get what they're doing with him being the American Nightmare because his dad was the American Dream. It kind of, comes full circle with what he's doing. I'll give him that. Um, Nia Jax is just big. And I don't even mean that in a rude way. It's like she's literally just like a dominator in the ring. And like, you know what? It's one of those things. It's so simple, it works. But yeah, but it's not really. I wouldn't if that's one of your best characters. It's like it's showing my point, and I could keep going throughout the list here. A lot of these feel that way, where it's like you just go in the ring to say I'm the best wrestler and I want to be the best there is, and I'm passionate about this business, and I feel like I'm hearing that over and over again. DIY is just there to be like, hey, we're really great wrestlers. Sami Zayn is just coming in there to face Gunther saying, I'm a really great wrestler. There's so much more character, I think, in who he is. I don't know why. Here's the thing. I heard him mentioned on commentary once. And if Sammy's not comfortable with like mentioning it, fair enough. Like I'll completely understand that. But the fact that Sami Zayn is doing this during Ramadan is a huge deal. The fact that he's wrestling during this time period where he can't eat until sundown, can't eat, can't drink anything until sundown, that's a big deal. That's something that can really get touched on a lot more. It's so surprising to me that it's not. And I really hope, by the way, that his WrestleMania match is after sundown for that reason, just for his health. But I'm not seeing a lot of character work. A lot of the people right now, even Drew McIntyre, his whole thing of being a Scottish warrior, but he's also an asshole. I feel like we're just getting the whole Scottish warrior thing from him coming to the ring with a kilt and a sword. I'm not feeling it in any other way. Seth, listen. Everything I'm saying about characters does not apply to Seth. Seth is one of the better characters today. The whole visionary, like fashionist kind of person, it's coming through. and there's ways where I could see it developing more, and I love to see it. He kind of like the whole visionary thing reminds me of like a Elon Musk or Kanye West vibe, and he's doing it with the fashion stuff. I really like it. It That's one that comes full circle and absolutely works. Again, I had to go through a whole show to find one great gimmick. Sorry, two. Cody Rhodes as well. That not only do they have a gimmick and a character, but they have one that's coming full circle on the screen. And if you're telling me the only time I can see that is if Cody's facing Seth, you're disappointing your fan base, in my opinion. There's a reason why some of these guys who do bring in character into their into what they do, they get over more. And sorry, I should mention I did say the Usos as well in the Bloodline. Sorry about that. But there's a reason these guys they get over more because they bring in a character. And with that being said, I want to bring up something real quick. In both, I'd say all four of the wrestling companies right now, the big ones, AEW, WWE, TNA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. The one thing I'm kind of tired of seeing is it feels like a lot of times people they can't think of a character, so what do? We're gonna create a scary underworld character that's kind of referenced or very influenced by Undertaker. Sometimes it's very influenced by Sting or Jake Roberts or Raven, and it's like, look, I'm tired of seeing everyone feeling like they gotta put on some face paint to get this thing over to try and make themselves look scary. It's done. Okay? It's over. After Undertaker, the last person I say that kind of did that in a way that was like, all right, this is working very well was Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace to him. But what made Bray Wyatt so different, and I don't even feel comfortable putting him in this category, is he wasn't trying to be some spooky underworld guy for the most part. WWE was doing that with his character. For the most part, he was being a cult leader. And that's what made it come off so great. But a lot of these guys, like I'm seeing, and I'm just like, okay, insanity, retribution to an extent. No, let me not put retribution, but insanity. Who's the guy right now on NXT? Just had his match against Dijakovic. One sec, I gotta find his name here. If you know who I'm talking about, like it's that insane underworld gimmick just being overdone. And if that's the only thing you can do, it's like you're not thinking of anything new. You're not able to think of anything that's gonna work right now. It's like I gotta call it out. I gotta call it out, and I say that out of complete respect for what these guys do, but we can do better. Joe Gacy is who I'm talking about. It feels like there's one thing of being influenced by something someone did in the past and evolving it or doing something more with it versus feeling like you're just it's got to be a percentage. It's got to be like, okay, 20-30% inspo and the rest is you, great. But if it feels like you're 70% influenced by something, it comes through. And you're not going to get as over as you would have hoped to be honest with you. But again, I feel like a lot of people right now are just coming to the ring and saying, hey, you're great, but I have more passion and I want to beat you. And because of my history in this company, I should win. How many of these promos sound the same way like this? Why am I not feeling a character? Look, this is the reason I reference. I reference people. I'll reference even John Cena. I'll reference Eddie Guerrero. When they came to the ring, it wasn't just a, you're great. They hardly would even say, you're great, but I got more passion. They would pretty much be saying, screw you in their own way. Mamacito Orle Vato, Viva la Raza, I'm here to beat you, da 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 da. John Cena was very, you can't see me. Who are you? He roasts you in his own way. They put their own character into it. And when I feel like, okay, this person's putting their character in, I'm more into it because I don't feel like I'm going to be getting the same thing over and over again. This is the problem with what's happening right now. So please, if there's other characters, let me know. But here are some characters I would actually think would work very well today that are not seen right now. Something that I could see being done right now is I would love to see like an Andrew Tate kind of gimmick. Some guy who feels like he's the top G and he's, the savior for men and all that stuff. It's very recent. It's very modern. It's not touched at all, and I could see a whole demographic loving it and hating it, and it's supposed to be a hated gimmick. I feel like that's something that can work very well. I I think another one that could work very well right now is like where's the hood? I like the crime time. The hood gimmicks will never die to me because you can. It's a demographic. It's it's a demographic that always evolves. I want to know where is that, for example. There's some other gimmicks I think that could work. Yo, like I would love to see like a kombucha drinking spiritual person who once they get in the ring, they're no longer this peaceful person. They're looking to like take you out. They could have a finisher that references like meditation or like tarot or something like that in a way that's like, hey, we're all about peace and vibes. And then they go in the ring and they're just complete dirty wrestler. I think that would be fun to see. Um, but these things that just reference real life people. Why do I feel like these guys are not like real life people that I can be like, I can relate to? And if I can't personally relate to you, I could look at your character and be like, I know someone like this. You're a person in this world as well. Like, turn up you that much more so we could feel that. The gym bro. Like, I want to see a bit more of a gym bro vibe come out here. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that can where like you know what? I'll actually say the one that I would kind of like to see that fits with the modern day world right now that's kind of being done is Tiffany Stratton's kind of doing this narcissist. I think she fits more as like the Kim Kardashian social media influencer kind of girl that thinks that everything revolves around her. She's doing well with that. I'll say that. I think she could evolve it in that kind of way. That's gonna really work right now. But these are just off the top of my head a few characters that can work today that are not touched on at all today in what we're seeing in wrestling. So please, can we get some more characters? And if someone can please answer my question, where are the characters? Where's the gimmicks? Can we please understand there is really and truly a difference between a storyline and a gimmick? A storyline being like Goldie, for example, like I said earlier, that's a storyline. A gimmick is something that can transcend through a story and you still get that character. Can we please get some more of that? And if you agree, please like. If you got some ideas, comment. If you also disagree, comment. But if you also really like this and want people to know, please share this content. Peace.